Okay, make millions of dollars with Apple Search Ads is what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to tell you the strategy I use on Apple Search Ads, Apple Search Ads is. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about yet, I'm going to tell you what that program is. It's just another way to advertise an app, which, by the way, is pretty much the top way to advertise an app out of all the available app advertising platforms you have to choose from, Facebook, Google, and so forth. But I'm going to go over why that is and what's the specific strategy in order to make the millions of dollars promoting your app on that particular platform. So with that said, I'll get right into the content. So what I have here is a diagram that lists the actual money-making strategy that we're using with clients' apps and marketing those apps in order to use paid advertising, online paid advertising, to make them millions of dollars in sales from their app. Okay? With that strategy in mind, Apple Search Ads have been around since 2016. So if you haven't heard about it yet, maybe you have. It's been around, but it's been a quiet ride since then. Not a lot of buzz around it. Most people who market an app still don't actually use it yet, which is why the opportunity is so good. As new advertising platforms have come online in the last 20 years, there's a stage where before people really know about its profit potential, the advertising rates are cheaper because it's not known about yet, and that the platforms haven't had a chance to really raise their rates for the advertising. And of course, the company is more open and focusing on the customer, i.e. the advertiser, to please them than they are once they're a mature program like Facebook, for example, which will ban your account nowadays and not even tell you why, and not even having done anything wrong, and no way to rebuttal it. I've seen this happen several times to several people now. For and legitimately no reason. No, they were pushing the boundaries. They just got an email saying they're shutting down their account. So with that said, most people aren't using Apple Search Ads. Therefore, it's a great opportunity for you. And out of the online advertising opportunities and ways to market your app, we're finding that Apple Search Ads is actually better than the go-to Google app campaigns or Facebook app campaigns, and promoting your app on Google or Facebook as well as other places that may, this odds and end type places that you can market an app using paid advertising online. You also using stuff like just Google Display Network and stuff. So in other words, Apple search ad campaigns are the top way or top producer for our clients at our firm that we found after testing all the stuff to market an app on an ongoing basis for the clients that we have out there. Currently it's late 2022. This obviously can change. We're always testing to find what works best, but currently for now, Apple Search Ads are really working and raking in the cash the best. Gets the highest ROI out of everything we have. Why is that? The added control you get with Apple's program and that Google's app campaign specifically, or Google's app campaign program used to have, is what allows it to actually work so well. Google's app campaigns, don't kill me Google, please, for just speaking the truth here, used to give you more options and levers and stuff to be able to control or do certain things with your app campaigns that would get you on the Apple App Store, App Store, on the Android App Store, and with that you could do things like target specific keywords and so forth. Nowadays with Google's app campaigns, it's kind of set it and forget it. You put in your ads. You set a target cost per download, and that's pretty much it. You don't get a chance to put in keywords or certain apps that when somebody's searching for one app, you can show up for another. They pulled that away from us, which Google, I guess, has decided that they can do that better than us. And reality is, I understand how to follow the path and the logic on certain business decisions Google's making, as well as other companies make. I'm great at this. Obviously, out of all the possible reasons they're doing this, they understand that advertisers are confused when they're given too many options. It's called, you could look up the paradox of choice. When you offer too many options to people, they make no or less decisions. They wanted to make it more simple for people, thinking that more people would go along and do it, and that it wouldn't, given it also would be short, take a shorter time to actually set up a app campaign, that more people would do it. And for the few people, the advanced marketers who want more choices, well, losing a few of them wasn't as much as what they were gaining, making it easier for the average Joe who isn't an average advanced marketer to get up and going. And for that matter, the super advanced marketers aren't spending as much as the average Joe who don't know anything, because he's too busy running his business. So I understand the logic here for the most part. Either way, if you are trying to be an advanced advertiser, not just somebody who just, here's my credit card, Google, get me some customers. I don't track anything. I don't pay attention to anything, which obviously anybody who selling advertising, that's what they want first and foremost, and try to focus on, because no complaints, and they'll pay higher rates for the same advertising opportunities. If you are trying to stay within the margins of have an app, a cost per download that's is going to be profitable, and want to do things so that you can actually massage your cost per download down so that you can reach your profitability point and have different levers to do it, you don't have, basically there's less for you to even actually do, which is why you should consider doing Apple search ads. For Apple search ads and what we used to be able to do with Google app campaigns is market to people who are looking for competitor apps on the App Store. So anyway, with that said, the best thing you can do to advertise an app is to advertise it to people who have a similar app to you. They're searching for XYZ. If it's a basically bodybuilding / workout app, we'll just say. You have a workout app. You think you made a new version of a workout app that has like a challenge aspect, and where you get to rank yourself against other people that are doing a similar program, or at the same time, like rankings and all that. And there's no app that does that. You come out with that app. You would want to, the best way to advertise that would be to show up when somebody's searching for a specific app that's another weight loss app, not just searching for weight loss, or not weight loss apps, bodybuilding apps or workout apps. So obviously there's two ways you could do it that most people would think of. When somebody's searching for workout app, you could have your app there. Or you could do, when somebody's searching for a specific workout app, you could have your ad there. And out of those two, actually, when somebody's searching for a specific workout app, showing up there is better, because the likelihood somebody's going to install and also buy something, if in terms of the monetization within the app, is going to both be higher for somebody who is first searching for a specific app than looking for workout apps, because people are looking for workout apps. They may not just decide any of them look appealing, whereas if you're looking for a specific app, the rate in which you're going to download the app is like 98%, right? And then of course, when you're looking for a specific workout app, you probably were told a backstory from somebody who referred you that app, which really got you excited about all the benefits of using a workout app. And so therefore, you get that person, you're going to have more likely to get money out of them as well. So there's different reasons for wanting to, as the first and primary thing that you do, go after people who are looking for apps that are like yours. Why start with stuff that, people make the mistake of trying to go too broad with their advertising, online advertising, when they are going to do Google search ads and all this other stuff, and it's really stupid if you don't have a lot of money. If you don't have, most people don't have unlimited money to get your campaign working. And yes, it takes more work to set up a campaign to go after a specific small group of people first. At least then you'll be profitable quickly, and then you can then live to advertise another day and then build up more campaigns like that, versus what the average person is going to do is they're going to spend 15 minutes setting up their campaign. Their budget's going to be gone, and they're going to sit there scratching their heads saying, what the hell? I thought Facebook ads work, and really they do work. They just didn't spend the time to go after a specific set of 10,000 people versus 500,000 people that are somewhat loosely tied to and having characteristics of people that are like your customers, because it gets you obviously people that are more likely to buy, but also you can speak directly to that set of people and say things such as hello people from Denison, Iowa, that gets them to want to respond to your ad even more. So there's two different ways that gets you more money, focusing on a smaller audience at first, if you do what I told you. And so anyway, with that, yes, you can target people who are, if you have an app, that are going to search for an app like yours. You're much, much better off making a list of all your direct competing apps that do the same thing basically as you and starting to advertise on those first. It's the most profitable thing you can do. And now you know where you can do it, which is the Apple Search Ads. Make your list of competitor apps, and when somebody searches for those competitor apps, your ad's going to show up there, because that's the most profitable thing that we know of out of all, and we're testing things on an ongoing basis to get a cheap cost per download, which then obviously goes into high or highest likelihood of having profitable app advertising that you can do for that app. So with that said, I'll go to the diagram here. What you're going to do before you start advertising as well, you're not going to be that person who spends 15 minutes from a whim, decided you got up, I think I'll advertise my app today. And then you go and you spend 15 minutes setting up your campaign, and then blow through your money and then say, app advertising on Google doesn't work, which that 90% of people are going to do that, which is why most people don't say for you to advertise if you ask around. You're going to do a bunch of research before you even advertise, and as like you're going to war, you want to know everything about what you're going to get into, and if you do enough research and planning ahead of time, it'll just work when it's going. The first step in that plan is you got to, if possible, find out the cost per download needed to be profitable through your Firebase account. So if you don't know what Firebase is or anything about that, Firebase will let you track people who download your app and what they do on your app. Okay? If you have in-app monetization, you can actually set that up. And of the people who download your app, you can see how many people, how much they eventually spend. And then with that, you can figure out what's your average lifetime spend per download of the app, right? If you have an app that has a free trial, you can see within Firebase how many people go from free to paid. And of course, you can see if they upgrade, if they have an upgradable thing, part of your app, and then how long they stay subscribed to. Eventually figure out, you're trying to break it down to a revenue per download figure, so that when you go ahead and you set up this Apple search campaign I'm telling you to set up here, that you don't set it up so that once your Apple search campaigns are going now, or campaign, that you don't know if it works or not yet. It still baffles me why 90% of people that I see run these campaigns, whether it's on Apple search ads or something else, don't actually know what numbers they need to hit. So once they're advertising, they look at their bank account's not exploding, so then they think the ads don't work, which generally speaking, unless you're extremely lucky, you're dealing with small margins here, and you're not going to be able to tell if you're over that small margin of profitability just by looking at your bank account. And also because most of the profit comes from repeat purchases, or if it's just you're living off of people buying one time, a lot of times they're not going to buy for a while, and you got to be able to understand your numbers real well to stick with it, basically. But if you know what your need, so if you break everything down to, if I can get a $2 cost per download or less, I know I'm going to be profitable. If I get to $1, I'm very profitable. So like $2 is break even. Anything under that is where the profit comes in. You're in perfect shape to be able to get and make your millions of dollars with your Apple search campaigns long term after you got this campaign set up. So if you have that, then you can go ahead and do your research on all the direct competitors that you have. Go find them on, the App Store, write them down all in a list. Once you have that, now set up your Apple search campaign to target all of those individual apps so that when somebody's on the Apple App Store and they search for one of those apps, your ad's going to show up. So the Apple search campaigns are very easy to set up and to target what I just told you to target. Once you've done that, you are going to see, you'll want to make sure you get at least 100 taps, as they call it, on your app, or we'll just say 100, to make it simple, 100 impressions, or 100 times your ad shown, to see if you're going to be able to get a cost per download that's at or below your target cost per download that you need to be profitable by looking at your Firebase data. If you don't have any downloads or anything like that, you're marketing a brand new app, then you don't know what your cost per download that you need, but you can actually run your campaign and then just find what the top 20% of all the competitors that you're targeting get you the lowest cost per download, which the Apple actually provides you right in your dashboard how many people downloaded and what the cost per download was. I would say that in that particular case, I would pick my top 20% lowest cost per download of the competitors that I'm targeting. From there, then you're going to add this other special twist that I've come up with here, which is you're going to find similar searched apps to them. So if you're going back to the workout app example, you have 50 workout apps that are in the App Store. You're targeting them all. Of those, 5 of them are bringing you a cost per download that's under $2, which we're assuming $2 is our cost per download, which we know we need to be at least to be break even on our campaign, so it's not actually losing money, and sustainable to run long term. At that point, all the rest of the workout apps that we were targeting, you can shut all those off if you want, or just keep it running, and maybe possibly with some ad testing you can get the cost per download less, but respectively you could just shut them all off for the time being and maybe come back to them. You're going to go and take the winners, and you're going to go onto the Apple App Store, and you're going to search for each one of those winners on the App Store, and then you're going to go down. It's going to be on the bottom part of the page when you scroll to the bottom of that app. So you go to the app page, or the page that has that app for download. At the bottom of that app's page, it's going to have people who search for this app also search for, and it may be worded slightly different than that, but that's the gist of it. And then they'll list 6 other apps which are most commonly downloaded when that app is downloaded. And so with that, then you could take all those 6 apps and then test running your ad, having your ad show up for your app when people are downloading those 6 other apps. And then you're going to see if those 6 apps bring you a cost per download at the cost per download that you need or less. And then of the ones that win, you're going to do the same thing again. Go find the 6 most commonly downloaded apps that match that particular winning app, and then just keep going and build this thing out as far as you can go. The reason for this is that you do it like this. So you're going to target direct competitors, but you'll target indirect competitors that Apple knows other users of those apps use as well, which gets you in front of the same people again. So in other words, the crowd of people that download your direct competitors' apps, if you target for people, other apps that people normally search for when they also search for your direct competitor's app, it'll make sure that your ad is getting another impression in front of that same person you want when they hopefully eventually download one of those other 6 apps, because those 6 apps are normally downloaded by the downloaded by people who initially that original direct competitor app. So in other words, so it's a little hard to explain here. I think you got my point here. If this is your competitor app and and you get an ad in front of all of the other apps that people that download this app normally also download, when this person goes to download this app, they're going to see your ad a second time, which gives you a second shot to have your app downloaded, because when they go to basically when they go to download the direct competitor's app, they may or may not click on your ad, but because they saw your ad a second time, when they went to download the other app that is most commonly downloaded when this first direct competitor ad or first direct competitor app was downloaded, then they're willing to download it the second time seeing it. There's a thing in marketing called the power of 7s. Generally speaking, you'll make more money marketing to people if you had a choice to market to 1 million people once or 100,000 people 10 times each. You'll make more money marketing to the 100,000 and 10 times each than with the million, because people take an offer more seriously and they put more trust and stock in a company and an offer if they've seen it multiple times. It's the reason why, through the regular snail mail, why you get advertisements more than once. They actually know the first time you see an advertisement, you throw it away. The second time, you throw it away. The third time, you're like, I've seen this a few times. Let's, throw it away. And by the time you've basically seen it the 7th time, you've seen this so many times, you say, oh, you know what? This seems really familiar. I think we'll check this out. They may not remember seeing it 7 times. They're not thinking that deeply about it. But just the fact that back in their subconscious memory and in the recesses of their memory there, they've seen this brand name before, and so they're more willing and interested and intrigued by looking at something if they've known and seen it before. It's just like if your friend tells you about something and then you see an ad for that, you're more likely to click on that ad, even though your friend told you about this company didn't interest you at all at the time. It's just how it works. And the more times they see it, up to around 7 times, the more likely they are to click on it. And then after that, for the most part, I feel it's more than 7, but 7 is like the minimum. And so anyway, you want to have your ad show up on all the other apps that your direct competitor app and the people who download your direct competitor app also download, so that you can start racking up more of this ad frequency, so you can get in front of the people that download your direct competitor's app that's working, to get more of that exact type of person you want that downloads your direct competitor app to download your app. You'll get more of them having seen that ad multiple times through the process of downloading multiple apps that are normally downloaded by a person who downloads the first app, if you get my point now. So with that said, that's just one of the ways that you make a lot of money with this method. The other thing is you get to also get new people to expand your results with. So, because obviously if you're just targeting your direct competitors, all the other weight loss apps, you'd only be able to take the campaign so far. Not enough to make millions of dollars with your campaign. So you find all of the apps that people download that normally download if they are going to download one of your direct competitors' apps. Now you've actually got 6 times as many apps to target. And obviously within that, if you find some winners within that and find the apps that those people who, of course, download the app that branch off from the original direct competitors, you have another 6 apps to target, and it just keeps going to where you could end up with a few hundred apps to target, and now you've got a fairly high volume campaign to run. But by time you get to the basically the second or third or fourth tier of this, to where you find, you start out with your direct competitors app, and then you take all the apps that people who download that direct competitors app, those other apps that they normally download, those apps already could be apps that have nothing to do with your app, but has people that are similar to the people who downloaded your direct competitor's app. All you need is someone that's similar to the person who downloads your direct competitor's app for you most of the time, or a lot of the time at least, to have something that's going to be profitable and deliver to you a cost per download at or below the cost you need to be profitable with your campaign. To give you an example of this, if in the marijuana space, if we're doing that, basically, which I know this is just an off-the-wall example here. If I have a app that tells you where all the marijuana dispensaries where you can get marijuana in the local area of LA, if that app that I have does that, of course I would start out making sure my ad shows up for anybody who downloads another directory of other dispensaries in the area first, right? Because that's my exact type of buyer. And therefore, because it's so relevant to what they're searching for, I'm going to have a high click-through rate, which high click-through rates mean low cost per download. But beyond that, if we go ahead and look and see what Apple is saying on that direct competitor's page, like I was saying to you before, and then see the 6 most commonly downloaded apps by the people who download that direct competitor's app, those apps may not be, obviously, and most likely won't even likely to be other marijuana dispensary directories as well. It will be, like a forum, a marijuana forum, or it will be other hip things to do in LA directory. You get my point here. So you're actually, through the direct competitors' apps, finding other audiences that will work for the type of people that you need without having that information to start with. So through those initial direct competitors apps, you will find the rest of the audiences that are going to work. And you have a few hundred apps. That's all you need. Even a couple hundred apps that you're targeting is all you need to run a decent sized campaign that's getting you 100 downloads a day, which is enough to make your millions of dollars long term. So, particularly as the more downloads you get, the more organic reach you're going to get in the App Store as well, which is something that people don't understand. Even if you were to break even with, how much money you're earning through the app, and then that just paying for the cost of the advertising, your organic is going to grow so much. You can figure about every download you get in terms of through the ads, you get another download just from the organic. So as you start spending more and you can scale up your campaign, you'll just keep getting more organic traffic, because as you get more paid customers or paid downloads, you'll get more reviews, and then those reviews go into more organic reach, and they go hand in hand. So half of the value of running advertising on these Apple search ads and the like is just to the organic increase in reach you're going to get. The same thing actually applies on Google and on Amazon. I've talked about that on this channel several times, but anyway, you get the general idea. You find the people that download your direct competitor's app, and then what those people also search for, and then you end up with a lot more advertising opportunities to get in front of those either those exact people or people that are basically the same, have the same characteristics, traits, demographics, and so forth, that will get you a download at the cost per download that you want still to expand and leverage your campaign. And of course, this puts you in position to leverage Apple's data, that they have all this, billions of dollars worth of data of who downloads what, and then what do those people download. When they download this, you're leveraging that for your own campaign. So you don't have to spend tons and tons of money testing, will my ad work good when they search for this app and this app? You just go with the apps of the that are getting downloaded by the people who download an app which is already producing results for your company already. So you just simply start with the direct competitors' apps, the ones that are working. What other apps are those people who download those apps that are working downloading, and let's test on there. Those 6 apps, one of them worked. Okay, what's the 6 apps that the people who download this winning app, which is on our second tier of doing this, and then test those 6 apps, and then I found another one within those other 6 that work, and then so on and so forth. We can keep going and going and going, and the further out you get, the less related to your app is the app that you're going to be advertising in front of or showing up for when somebody searches for that app on the App Store. But it doesn't matter. What you're finding is the type of person who would like your app, leveraging data that Apple already has that they're willing to basically give you for free. So it's something that you can't normally do on other platforms. On other platforms, they don't say, hey, people who go to this website also like these websites. Alexa has some of that information that will tell you, people who download or view your competitor's website, other sites that they frequent, but that information is basically non-existent, at least like what you're going to get with the Apple App Store. The Android store is the same way. If you wanted to leverage this a bit further, just go in your direct competitor's app, go on the Android App Store or Google Play Store, and it's the same thing. They give you 6 most commonly downloaded apps for the app on each app's page, so you can test those on Apple Search Ads, because those apps are probably also on the Apple Store. Most people advertise on both the Apple and the Google Play Store, and then that's another way to boost the strategy. So anyway, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. We've tried this multiple times now, works like a charm. This is my go-to strategy to make money with an app in 2022, and I'm sure it will be for the next couple years till something potentially new comes up or we find something else. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like and subscribing to this channel, as we have a ton of other information to share with you about stuff that's working in our clients' campaigns that we would like to give to you, actual actionable advice on how to make money with PPC on Google search, Facebook, so on and so forth, and for you to make more money and similar to the content we just shared with you today. I also have a blog I've written at guaranteeppc.com/blog with actual step-by-step advice on how to build PPC campaigns the way we're building them for clients to guarantee their results. I've got to guarantee results for clients here, so we got to know what stuff works before we even try it by doing testing, and we show you the campaigns or some of the campaigns that we're using so you can replicate them for yourself, and can find a lot of great information there. So just letting you know so that you're aware of that, and possibly could help you out in addition to the high-level information we give to you on this YouTube channel. If you have any questions about what I shared with you today on Apple Search Ads, or just questions about Apple Search Ads at all, we use them now frequently. Leave me a comment down below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. As a final thing I want to bring out before I let you go here, also, we have a brand new program at Guaranteed PPC where we're offering turnkey PPC campaigns with landing page, and campaigns that have been optimized for years for another client that get great results, have profitable results, which you can use in a different market for yourself to start a business and start with an already working campaign, getting to where you can bring customers in day one with something that is proven is going to work already. We have campaigns for local services mainly like this, where the campaign's working in market A, you're in market B, you start a business up, you outsource all the work, or you start hiring people to do the work, and it's all ready to go day one out of the box for you. We also have product campaigns where the client has moved on to other things that are more profitable, that aren't using campaigns anymore on Google, on Facebook, where we can give those to you, and they can be profitable to you as well. If you're interested in that kind of thing, instead of doing maybe what you're doing today, want to just start something new, have a proven essential business in a box ready for you to go, ready to go right out of the box, you can contact me at our firm and I'll give you more information about that. So with that said, I will wrap it up with that. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video where we have another great strategy for you or information for you to avoid something that will cause you to lose money or waste your time on Google search, Facebook ads, or similar platforms. See you later.